everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're coping well with all these crazy energies going on. We have a full moon tomorrow, and that's not it, folks. We also have a lunar eclipse, and some of the planets are still in retrograde. Like I've said before, I'm not an astrologer, but I do pay attention to a few astrologers myself, and I find that when I become aware of what's going on with the planets, it really aligns with what's going on in my life. So, that's something I'd suggest. And, well, only, if that resonates with you, if you feel like you'd like to know what's going on in terms of universal energy and why we're all going through such similar shifts in our lives, astrology just kind of makes it easier to understand, I think, anyway. I was watching quite a few for this week, and it's pretty intense, and I feel like it's been really powerful for the past few weeks, and I do believe that this is going to be another powerful week. It's really about stepping into our power, realigning with our truth and our purpose and what we really want. And many people are saying, the veil is being lifted, and in a lot of ways we're seeing things from a different perspective, which is really great. And sometimes that's really hard for our ego to deal with, because we always want to think that we know what's going on. We always want to have control over everything. But in reality, we're being led to much bigger paths that we've planned out for ourselves, right? So it's not anything super scary when you think about it in that way, because this is actually a really positive change, a really positive shift for everyone. And I know a lot of people are going through relationship changes, career changes. These are big shifts, but we're going towards much bigger roads, and it's, like I said, a perception thing. And I've been bringing that up, actually, over the past few weeks, because from a human perspective, we're like, well, if I'm not going over here, then where am I going? Am I going this way? Am I going that way? And you kind of just have to go with the flow, and that's what the energy right now is kind of leading us to do, and it's pushing us along to do that, And I think it's going to continue to be a little bit intense, I hear, until probably the end of July. And we're really just pushing forward, which, again, like I say, is really great. And who doesn't want to get in alignment with better things for themselves, And it's just about remembering that you can do it and believing in yourself, because this is where it all stems from, is our relationship with ourselves. And we can see things mirrored back to us with other people that we're in relationships with. So that can be really tough, but it's also, just a part of the plan. I really am inspired, and I do have a lot of things in the works for the next few months, and I think it makes sense that, certain things are being brought to light, my perspective is being shifted. And as I was going to say, over the past few weeks I've been mentioning that if you lift your perspective to a more angelic perspective or a universal perspective, there's a much bigger picture at play, right? And we can always, I think, relate to that simply by thinking about the past. If you think about something in the past that threw you off, it wasn't what you expected, or even if you thought it was really negative or bad at the time, or it was tough to deal with, we all go through that. We all go through hardships. And during that, it can be really tough, but at the same time, sometimes it gives us so much energy and adrenaline that we just push through it. And looking back, it's always clear, most of the time, why that event had to happen in order for you to be where you are today. And that's something that I was thinking about last week, because if one little thing was different about my past, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And where I am right now is where I'm meant to be, and it's where I need to be. And that goes for everybody. So if you deleted anything from your past or erased anything from your past, whether it was a friend or a partner of any sort, or any mistake, these things are divinely guided, and everything that has happened in your past happened for a reason. So that's just something really interesting to think about. Because even if you had a negative experience with someone, if that negative experience didn't happen, you wouldn't be where you are today, because that wouldn't have led you to go here and here and here. And for me personally, I wouldn't have recognized my own strength in a lot of ways. I wouldn't have written so many songs. I wouldn't be aligning with my music path right now, and my gift, and one of my many gifts. That's what I love to do, and I always, put it on the back burner. I think it was too afraid to go for it. And in a lot of ways, it's definitely a tough industry to break into. And I, of course, love to teach, and I will continue to be who I am and to be a spiritual mentor or guide, if you will. But anyway, if I didn't go through a lot of stuff in my past, then I just wouldn't be where I am today. So that it's just something to ponder and think about, even if there's someone that really hurt you in the past or someone that you really don't want in your life anymore, that's cool. But in a way, they really deserve some credit because they were on your life path for a reason. Your souls both decided and agreed to come together in this life to learn and to grow. And I think it's really important to send love and gratitude out, even if you don't send it to that person in the physical, even if you send love from afar, which is sometimes the best thing to do. So anyway, I'm going to stop going on about everything in life, and I'm going to get to the reading for this week. I'm going to use the daily guidance from your angels oracle cards. So I just drew 3 cards for that. And I'm going to draw 1 card from the Archangel Power Tarot cards, just because I feel like this is a really powerful week, and I feel like there's one extra message in here that wants to come out. And yep, it just came out pretty quickly, so here we go for the beginning of this week, which is today, and tomorrow, which is Tuesday. We have listen. This comes up actually quite a bit over the past little while, for me personally. This is all about finding a place of peace and a place of quiet to find the answers that you need. And remember that it's great to seek guidance and to maybe hear guidance from another person. And I do believe, and I have witnessed this, where, someone basically channels a message to you at the right time. And I think that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Because sometimes we're in our own way to hear what we need to hear.